What is up, homies? My name is Felix, and I am here back again with another video for you all today. And as you can tell by the title of the video, we're not going to be doing anything too crazy today, but we are going to be making a little bit of a beat out of this thing right here. So I basically got this ukulele from my mom, and we've had it in the house for quite a while, and I realized I've never made a beat out of it or really used it for anything beat related, so I figured today's the day to do a little something with it. So yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I've produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you guys want to. And now we can get into this video. So the thing that I like about ukulele quite a bit is that you don't really need any musical experience at all to play it. Literally this right here is like a C or something. So yeah, literally requires like 1 or 2 fingers for most of the chords. But anyways, for this beat today, I'm literally going to be using 2 chords. The first chord I'm going to be using is this one with 1 finger right here and 1 finger down here. And this is, I think, like an A minor add 9 chord. And then I'm also using this chord right here. But together they'll sound nice, hopefully. Alright, so the first thing I gotta do is go inside FL Studio and then go to a mixer here, and I've kind of already done this, but basically I just click right here on the insert one, and then we pull up an Edison right here. And then also, before you record anything, it's good to retune your instrument if you haven't already. Alright, so now that I've got it in tune and everything, I can basically just hit record, and now basically all I have to do is just play what I need to play, and then it'll record it. What? Why so quiet, dude? Dude, that is so annoying. Finally! Jesus. Alright, so it took me like a million years to actually record everything, because the main problem that I ran into is that the ukulele is just so small, and it makes it really hard for your fingers to like get in certain frets and like certain positions and stuff. So yeah, it took me forever to record all this stuff, but I did eventually get it. So I have this main pattern right here, which is like a finger style kind of thing. It's a little bit off tempo, but I'm just gonna stretch it and everything later. And then I have this here, which is more of like a strumming pattern. Pretty basic ukulele strumming pattern. And then I have this, which is like a little lead kind of thing, which you guys saw me record that part. And then I also have this down here, which is just some added percussion noises. I don't even know if I'll use that, but I recorded it just in case. Alright, so now I have to do the most painstaking part of this whole operation, which is stretching the samples so that they fit with the tempo and everything. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so basically after another like 300 years, I finished chopping everything, and then I went into here, into the master track, and clicked this little red button, and then I rendered everything out as its own audio clip so it doesn't have all the chops in it and everything. And now I have to figure out what I want to do for the drums. So honestly, I'm not really sure what I want to do as far as the drums go. I'm basically just going to mess around with a few different styles of drums and then see which one I like best. Okay, so I think I figured out what I want to do for the drums. I want to have a pattern kind of like this. Just a very up-tempo pattern, something that'll really get you kind of grooving and moving, you know? Alright, so I got this basic pattern going on. It just sounds like this. So now what I want to do is just take a ton of percussion sounds and just toss them all in there to give it a way better groove and bounce and everything. Okay, so I added a bunch more percussion sounds, and then I also tweaked the drums that I already had a little bit, and now the whole thing sounds like this. So yeah, personally I think that sounds pretty nice. I have this little like glass breaking sound effect, which I think is pretty cool, and then I have this little like camera cranking sound, and then we have these super basic percussion sounds. So now what I'm going to do is assign everything to a mixer by hitting Control L, but also I do have to add an 808 or some sort of bass or something. So I'm going to see if I can find an 808 that sounds good with this. Alright, so I pitched everything down like 300 cents, and then I also found this little sub bass, and I added that to it, and it sounds really nice actually. So I think now what I want to do is maybe add like some strings in there, or maybe like a lead or something. I'm gonna basically just see what I can come up with, see what I can add to this to make it sound nice. Alright, so I just added these little lo-fi keys from Analog Lab, and they sound super nice over this. Alright, so the final thing that I added is this lead right here. But now it's time to start beefing up this ukulele a little bit, because the ukulele samples hit kind of weak considering that it can't create a whole lot of volume. But what I'm going to do is basically just EQ it out and then maybe add like some saturation and stuff onto the different ukulele parts, and I'll see if I can get it to sound a little bit fuller. So this video is kind of just turned into me doing a million different things off camera and then being like, hey, look at this. But either way, I just put a bunch of effects on the whole melody and everything. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of everything that I did. So basically on the finger picking ukulele kind of section, I made a duplicate of the original sample, and then I pitched that one down an octave so that it has a lot more low end. As you can hear, that just adds to this, which basically has a compressor on it. I also put reels on it, which is a really cool like lo-fi kind of RC20 like plugin, which just makes your stuff sound like it's recorded on tape. So if you can hear the difference. And then I just have super basic EQs and reverbs on everything except for the bass. I kept the bass pretty dry, but it didn't really need anything. And then for the little lead ukulele section, which sounds like this, I basically have the exact same thing as the other part with the compressor, reverb, and EQ, except I also added a little bit of delay on this. And then for the pattern where I'm like strumming the ukulele, I literally just copied the mixer track state from the first ukulele section. And then for the little percussion thing I did, I added some reverb, and then we got some EQ and a compressor on there. And then these little keys right here have a stereo enhancer, so it's really wide in your headphones. And then it also has reverb and a pretty hard bandpass filter. And then finally, for the little lead sound, I have RC20 on there, and then I have one of my favorite plugins called the Ambience or Ambiance. And then it also has a pretty hefty bandpass on it as well. Altogether, everything sounds like this. So honestly, I think this sounds pretty cool. I'm probably not going to be having everything playing at once. I'm going to obviously switch it up and put different things in different places for, you know, different sections of the beat. But now I think the only thing really left to do is just lay out the beat, and then it'll be pretty much done here. Okay, so you guys know me. I just had to spend way more time than was necessary working on this beat. A little breakdown of how I laid out the beat was I had this in the beginning, and then it fades into this. And then all the drums drop in right here. And then at the end of this section, I have some of the drums switch up, so I took out a bunch of the percussion that I put in there. And then I also added in the digital lead sound and took out the ukulele lead sound. And then this right here is the part that took the most work. Basically, I have a tape stop that leads into this. What I did is I just added an 808. So the main reason I added the 808 is to match up with the strumming pattern of this ukulele. Because as you can hear, it switches to the next chord faster than this pattern does. So basically I added the 808 that follows that bass line a little bit better, and also just gives it a little bit of a switch up. It makes it sound nice. And then also I wanted to layer the strumming pattern a little bit. What I did is I just took the finger picking pattern and then I chopped it so that it fits with the strumming pattern. And then I also had to do the same thing with these keys down here. So yeah, that basically forms a whole other section in of itself. And then I have this little bridge right here. So yeah, I did do a lot of work on it, and I did mess around with a lot of things, but it's not super complicated, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for me in this video. I know this wasn't like the most exciting or informative video ever, but I hope you guys still enjoyed nonetheless. This beat was a little bit stressful to make at times. It took me way longer than I thought it would, but either way, I think it turned out dope, and I'm pretty proud of the results here. So yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you guys want to, and I will see you guys in the next one.
talk shit, get money, pay phone, make sure I get what I